There you are, Professor Shadow here. Very warm welcome to you this morning here from the United Kingdom. I'm in my house today because I had this trip, this place booked. It's a great big local legend. I'm not going to give too much away because I am going to do it. But it was a big open field. And yesterday I went to the Roman village of Caistor, and walking around there all day, I think I picked up a bit of a head cold. So you can probably hear it in my voice. My sinuses are a bit stuffed, and I've got a bit of a pain in my head, like a stuffy head. Anyway, so I thought I'd sit and chat with you today instead. I don't want to leave you hanging, as they say. I know many of you people wait for me to come on. So what I thought I'd share my journey at almost 58 years old. I'm 58 in 3 months. So I thought I'd share my journey as a 58-year-old person on YouTube and what I've done before that. Because a lot of people ask me, is 58 too old to do a YouTube journey or even a new venture in any way whatsoever? Personally, I don't think so. So I decided to come on and go over with this with you. I also want to talk about the YouTube, how much money you make on YouTube, what I did in my past and the pivots that do I regret anything about it? So join me today, not on a walk, but a sit down, grab a hot drink, and let's get started. So if you're just joining me for the first time, I'm Professor Shadow. There's a reason I have the name of Professor Shadow. I'm going to go into that for detail. Some people already know why, but I'm a martial arts practitioner. I started martial arts at around about 6 years old, which means I was on the mats of martial arts for 52 years nearly. And I'm still there, I still go. But I can't do as much as I used to. I have injuries from repetitive training, and I'm a lot older, things don't heal as quick. I still go to keep myself relatively fit, move around, and coach and help other people, which is something I like doing. I like talking to people, seeing people's progress, and watching them advance and overcome their own fears of confidence and self-doubt. So that's why I love martial arts still. But I don't do as much now. I have other people that coach for me, and I go in on a small number of days per week. But I used to do it. 23 years ago, I started my academy here in Norwich, and literally was the first one of its kind, and it's still going today. But like I say, I have other people doing that now. I competed last when I was 43 years old, and when I was 54, I got my 4th degree awarded in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. At 3rd degree, you get the title of professor, hence the name Professor Shadow. Because my second passion of all time, of course, is horror movies, horror stories, and something I've been doing for the last 3 years, which is working on YouTube, which is the main part of this video. So for the past 3 years, I've been on YouTube creating stories, because ever since I was a young kid, watching the horror movies on the TV, we didn't have internet. We didn't have a video recorder or a CD or a DVD or a Blu-ray. We didn't have any of that. All we had was the analog television stations, and I think there was 3 or 4 of them, and that was it. But there was a time where on a Saturday night, they did the horror double bill. And once I started watching that, I was hooked for life. Watching Peter Cushing in The Ghoul and Dana Andrews in Night of the Demon put something inside me for the rest of my life. So for the past 3 years, I've been creating horror stories of my own with the atmosphere of the older type of story, not the gore, the blood, but more of a fantasy, old, psychological, get in your head atmosphere type story, which did okay. The problem is that I use AI to put my images on. And of course, today AI is flooded. And so it got to a point at the end of 2025 where the entirety of YouTube is flooded with AI. And I just got lost in a sea of AI that can be produced in days, whereas mine was taking me weeks. So I was spending so much time, so much effort on creating a video to put out, and someone will put the same video, or supposedly looks like the same video, within a day, within an hour. Mine was thought out, written by me, narrated by me. I used images over the top from AI, and so it looks very similar, so it just got lost. And my channel just took a dive off a hill, and at the end of 2025, my numbers just dropped to completely almost nothing. So I had to make a pivot as well, At almost 58 years old, I need to make a pivot, 58 in 2026. And I need to pivot from being a martial artist, because being on the mat at 58 years old is okay, but realistically, I'm not going to keep doing this forever. I can keep coaching. But I have a passion for this. I have a passion to share stories, to talk with you. I'd really like to connect with people that see what I create. I'm a creator. I created a martial arts school. I created a business, something else. I created these horror stories. I created my YouTube channel. I had a few people follow me until we got to the end of 2025. And so I didn't feel that I was really sharing and creating as much as I should be. So I took another pivot, and hopefully you'll stick with me through this pivot, because the stories still exist on my channel. You can go watch them. But I make zero from them. I make no money whatsoever. I'm going to tell you exactly how much I make in a moment. But I had to make a pivot because no one was watching. I was spending days, weeks creating a saga. I put it out there for 100 people to watch it. It just wasn't good. It's really not worth doing. I created it because I enjoy creating it, and a few people liked it. But in terms of YouTube world, it's not worth doing. So I made a pivot. I'm still going to tell stories by going places and sharing my journey with you. And hopefully you stick with me through this. I mean, it's still the Professor Shadow channel, and I'm still going to be telling stories. My story is still available. And if I come up with a story, I will put it somewhere. Not necessarily on the channel, but I will put it somewhere for you to watch. So that's why I made a pivot in 25, the end of 25, 26. And now what I'm doing, I'm going out, hence the head cold. Yesterday I went to this amazing Roman wall, town, city, village, and walked along there. It was absolutely incredible. And I really enjoyed it. You know what I enjoyed? I enjoyed sharing my journey with you. Let me take a sip. Have a drink while I wait. Hot coffee today. I enjoyed sharing that journey with you, because I like to go there, but I like to go with somebody. Melanie always comes with me, but she walks off at 100 miles an hour and leaves me with my stick. Remember, a martial artist of 52 years, my legs don't work as good as they used to. So I do walk with a stick, even though it's a pretty cool stick. It has a wolf head on the end. It's pretty cool. Moving on. Moving on. So I do like to take you with me, and I like to talk, as you can probably guess. I'm a very big talker. I like to talk to people. I like to talk to you and share my journey. And so we've made the pivot on YouTube to now go to places and share my time with you. And hopefully you want to share your time with me. And not say always going to be like a dark story locations or things like that. We're doing that at the moment because we're in January here in Norwich, Norfolk, East Anglia, England. And my God, the weather is so dull, so dull. But as soon as the sun comes out, I'm going to take you with me. Don't worry, we're going to go see some sun together. Maybe the beach or something like that. And yes, I will be wearing my suit jacket. I haven't got it on today because we're indoors, but I will be wearing my suit jacket, without a doubt. I have some vacations booked this year. I want to take you with me. Some very Florida locations. I want to take you with me. So hopefully you can stick with me on this journey. So now we're going to come to the crunch. The most important part, I suppose people are waiting to see, is how much does Professor Shadow make on his YouTube channel? So I'll put the image somewhere here when I'm editing. And so last month, this month of January, YouTube deposited into my account £100. 100. And maybe that sounds good, maybe that sounds bad. But £100 deposited in my account when the consideration is that the software and my time and the products, the equipment I use far outweighs that. A great example is simply I use things like I have music creators, I have Premiere Pro for editing, I use Google's Video Free for AI videos and titles. I use Canva for editing images. I use a program called Leonardo AI for creating darker images. I love messing around with this because it helps me create atmosphere. So in total, those probably cost me about $400 a month. $400 a month. So my YouTube channel is probably a negative of maybe 200 and something, if we had dollars and pounds, maybe a negative 250 right now. And I don't look at that as a loss. I look at that as an investment. When I started my martial arts school, I started with zero. I had nothing. I had a business before that, which changed. The industry changed, so we had to change that market. It collapsed. And then I did what was my passion, which was martial arts. And I created my school from nothing in a deficit. I scraped around everywhere to find money to buy some mats and pay the rent. I went in a place, my friend owned this hall, and I said, can I just borrow it a couple of nights a week? I went in there and put my mats down and did some training in there, coaching. It built and built, and now I have my own place and fully matted out, fully kitted out. It's mine. Like I say, I'm not there as much anymore, but it's mine. So fortunately, I do have an income. Which helps me pay for the YouTube channel. Because I think the YouTube channel, I see it as an investment, but it's also something I enjoy doing. If you watch me walking on the Roman wall, around the plague pit, or around the cathedral, I was having a great time. And I think that's more important than trying to chase numbers. I'm not a kid, 20-year-old with a hoodie and screaming, hey guys, follow me around, and I made 10 million in one day. Look at my mansion, look at my car. I'm not doing any of that. What I'm saying is I'm a 58-year-old man, born in London, raised in the United Kingdom, with a personality through all the things I've done, through businesses and being a martial arts coach and a martial arts competitor. I competed around the world. I've sustained injuries. I've been injured. I've been hospitalised. I've had major operations that affected the rest of my life. And at 50, so 3 years ago, at 55, I decided to do a YouTube channel. And even over, there was a time, couple of months I made like $1,000, but predominantly it's around about £100 a month I'm making currently on YouTube. But is it worth it? Do I regret anything? Well, hold up while I take my coffee, because the rain has stopped. I'm going to take my coffee outside and sit in my garden and tell you. Here we go. It's a little bit cool out, but the rain stopped, so it's great to be able to get outside just for a bit. I can hear my voice really croaking. Apologies for that. But anyway, do I regret it? Was it worth it? 100% yes. So if you're thinking of doing like the YouTube channel, something around about a little bit older in life, but it's something you enjoy, without doubt you should start it. Will you make much money out of it in the beginning? Probably not. Is it possible to make a bit of money out of it? Yeah, I suppose so. Will it come straight away? Unlikely. Now I know you see the YouTube people in there. I made a video and it got 1 million views and I made 10,000, 30,000 a month. Good for them, good luck. good luck. But in reality, many people are struggling on YouTube. And I feel the only way that you can possibly do anything on YouTube is be authentic and do the thing that you really enjoy. Pick it up okay. Do what you really enjoy. And if you love telling stories, tell stories. But don't use AI at the minute because YouTube really have it in for you. If you like football, fishing, anything, go do it. Why not? Go ahead and do it. Because we only have one chance, one journey in this life. Soon, it'll be over. We're here for a short time. So why not enjoy what we do? Why not enjoy that journey? Someone once said to me once, it's like, you have this dream in your head, but the most pleasant part of the dream is trying to get there. Because once you've got there, what do? So that's me, Professor Shadow. A little bit of a different one today because it's very, like I said, I got a bit of head cold. I didn't want to go walking around in the cold, even though I came outside for some fresh air. But you can hear my voice starting to croak already. So if you're thinking about doing YouTube, just go jump in and do it. But don't have expectations for it. Do it because you enjoy it, not because you're there to become a millionaire on YouTube. Very difficult. You're not Mr. Beast. I'll go around here a bit better. My old couch there in the garden that's covered up because it's raining. Outside couch. Yeah, it's unlikely we're going to be Mr. Beast, but you know what we can be? We can be something better than Mr. Beast. We can be ourselves, and we can have fun while we're doing it. And that's exactly what I did. I love telling horror stories. I'll keep writing them, and I'll put them somewhere. Probably not on YouTube, because they don't distribute them. Unless I sit and tell them to you like this. Maybe I could just sit here and tell you the tale. But yes, Professor Shadow here. I'm going to sign out now, and I'll see you. Hopefully, I'll be able to go out and about tomorrow, and I'll see you there.